Dear Cancer, come closer. Let's not begin with formalities, but with the truth that brought you here. There is a silent world you carry within you, a vast and deep ocean of feeling that so few are ever allowed to see. And it is in that private world that a storm has been raging. Isn't it a storm that no one else can hear? Before we go any further, I want you to join me in setting an intention for this moment. Let it be a sacred pact between you and your own soul. Take a breath, and if you feel the call, write this affirmation in the comments below. I, Cancer, am ready to feel without the armor. Because that is what this time is truly about. Not just a passing phase, but the beginning of a profound liberation. If you are here, it is no accident. It is your soul guiding you to a message it knows you are finally ready to receive. Remember, the future is not a fixed destination you arrive at, but a living thing you co-create with every choice, every feeling, every truth you dare to face. This is a general reading, a mirror held up to the collective Cancer energy. So take the reflections that feel like your own and let the rest drift away like clouds. But there is a current flowing through all of you right now, a deep and powerful truth that is beginning to surface. There's a tip, a piece of guidance that whispers to you from the universe today. And it is this: you must learn to distinguish between the noise of the world and the voice of your own soul. The envy, the criticism, the gossip of others. Do you understand what that truly is? It is the sound of their own fear, their own insecurity. It has nothing to do with you. And for far too long, you have allowed that noise to seep through the cracks in your armor, mistaking it for a reflection of your own worth. You've let it hurt you. Let it overwhelm the delicate ecosystem of your inner world. But that era is ending. The universe is sending you a message so clear, it feels like a thunderclap in the silent chambers of your heart. The storm you have weathered, that relentless anguish, that constant cycling worry that has clouded your mind and your spirit is finally, truly coming to an end. You've been carrying this weight, this feeling that something precious is slipping through your fingers. And perhaps it is. A relationship, an old dream, a version of yourself you thought you had to be. It's a terrifying feeling. I know. It feels like loss. But what you may not have realized, dear Cancer, is that what is slipping away is the very thing that has kept you captive. That light you see at the end of the tunnel. It is not a mirage. It's not a false hope. It is the first ray of dawn after the longest night of the soul, and it is here to guide you back to yourself. The answer you have been so desperately seeking, the peace you have yearned for, is about to burst forth into your life, not as a gentle suggestion, but as an undeniable revelation. Because, you see, the anxiety that has been your constant companion has distorted your reality. It is a powerful illusionist, capable of conjuring monsters in the shadows and turning solvable problems into insurmountable mountains. Here is a truth to hold on to, a life raft in the turbulent waters of your mind. Over 90% of the fears that plague you will never come to pass. They are phantoms, ghosts of a future that will never be. You must cling to this truth now. You must allow yourself to trust that even in the confusion, a divine process is unfolding. And this process is now touching the most vulnerable part of you, your heart. If there is a special person in your life, a connection that has been shrouded in silence or misunderstanding. The time for clarity is upon you. You may have been out of contact, lost in a sea of assumptions and unspoken feelings, but the universe is now pushing you toward communication. Yes, it may lead to a difficult conversation. It might even feel like a minor confrontation, a clash of two worlds, but you cannot avoid it. Because this exchange, dear Cancer, is not a battle to be won. It is a bridge to be built. It is the only way to move forward, to clear the fog of confusion and mistrust that has poisoned the air between you. The key is not to fight, but to remain anchored in your own truth while holding space for theirs. Do not let the old wounds, the old fears of abandonment, take the helm. Because on the other side of this honest, vulnerable exchange is a relationship that is more balanced, more authentic, and more deeply connected than ever before. And if you feel disconnected from love right now, as if you are watching it from behind a thick wall of glass, do not lose hope. Because what is happening is not a rejection from the universe, it is a preparation. You are being cleared of old energies, old attachments, to make space for a love that is truly destined for you. A love that doesn't require you to be a fortress. A love that sees the real you, the soft heart beneath the shell, and cherishes it. It may emerge from a friendship, slowly and quietly, building on a foundation of trust rather than a whirlwind of passion. And though it may be a slow bloom, it will be solid. It will be lasting. Patience, dear Cancer, will be the soil in which this new love grows. This transformative energy is also flowing into the very foundations of your life, your work, your finances, your sense of security. The universe is whispering that a profound change is coming. A door is opening to a new level of prosperity. But it will not simply be handed to you. It will demand your participation. An opportunity will arise, a new project, a different role, a path you hadn't considered that holds the key to improving your financial world. This opportunity has your name on it. It is rightfully yours. And yes, you may have to fight for it. But let us redefine what that fight means. It is not a battle against others. It is a battle against your own self-doubt. It is a struggle against the old voice that tells you to play it safe, to stay hidden, to not want too much. You must remain determined, focused on the vision of the life you deserve to build. There will be obstacles. The path may not be smooth. You may face challenges at work, where the atmosphere seems friendly on the surface, but a current of competition runs beneath. Do not become naive, but do not become cynical either. There is an important opportunity at stake, and while others may vie for it, you hold a quiet advantage: your depth, your intuition, your unwavering commitment when you truly believe in something. So, you must work diligently, but not from a place of fear. Keep your most sacred strategies close to your heart, not because you fear others will steal them, but because they are precious seeds that need to germinate in silence before they are shown to the world. In the end, if you stay true to your own integrity, you will be the one who emerges not just victorious, but transformed. I know you are tired. I can feel it. A weariness that goes bone deep. A sense that your strength is at its absolute limit. You have been holding so much for so long. But now is not the time to let your guard down. It is the time to let the armor down and let your true strength shine through. Keep going. The effort you expend now is not just for a paycheck. It's an investment in your own liberation. Take a break when you need it. Rest is not quitting. But do not let fatigue become an excuse to surrender the dream. Because after the darkest night, a single star always appears, a beacon of hope. And that star, dear Cancer, is you. A flood of inspiration, of courage, of raw, untamable strength is about to pour into your life, carrying you to a state of fulfillment you have not yet dared to imagine. Before we delve into the deeper currents, let us touch upon the subtle energies that support you. Your lucky numbers for today are 20 and 6. See them not as magic tricks, but as gentle nudges from the universe, whispers of alignment. If an opportunity arises that involves them, perhaps it is a sign to pay closer attention. Your color is light green, the color of new growth, of a heart that is beginning to open again after a long winter. Wear it not as a costume, but as a statement of intent, an intent to welcome new life, to soothe your spirit, and to reconnect with the vibrant, living world around you. Because that is what is being asked of you now. To step out of the intricate, beautiful, but sometimes isolating world of your own inner life. Your friends, your loved ones, no one wants you to change who you are. Your depth, your loyalty, your capacity to care is a rare and precious gift, but sometimes they need you to emerge from the deep sea of your emotions and simply float with them on the surface for a while. A little frivolity, a little laughter, a moment of shared, uncomplicated joy. This is the medicine your soul needs, and the gift your presence can be to others. Your innate sense of humor, that quirky and unexpected wit that emerges when you feel safe, will be a powerful tool of healing, both for you and for someone close to you who is navigating their own storm. Your warmth, your genuine affection, can be a lighthouse for them. Don't underestimate the power of simply being present. And as you open yourself to the world, you may find a new passion stirring. It might be something you've never considered, something connected to the earth, the act of connecting with nature, planting a seed, tending to a garden. Even just walking barefoot on the grass can be profoundly invigorating for your spirit right now. It is a way of grounding yourself, of anchoring your sensitive energy to the steady, reliable pulse of the earth. But be gentle with yourself. As you step out, a wave of shyness might wash over you. There will be moments where you want to retreat, to stay silent, to pull back into your shell. It is okay to honor that instinct, but you must also be a loving guardian to yourself. You must be prepared to notice if that retreat is turning into a complete withdrawal. If your home is becoming a hermit sanctuary instead of a sacred space, that is not who you are. You are a creature of connection, even if you need periods of solitude to recharge. And in your interactions, be vigilant. Escape the conversations that feed on criticizing those who are not present. That energy is a poison. It reinforces the very idea that the world is unsafe, that judgment is always lurking. It has nothing to do with your authentic nature, and it is a waste of your precious, creative energy. Protect your spirit from that negativity, and watch the ego, especially in collaborative work. You have a vital role to play, but your greatest strength comes from your ability to create a sense of family, of team unity. Remember that your power is magnified, not diminished, by the support of others. Now, let us go deeper. Let us speak of the sacred symbols that are mirroring your journey. The universe has a message for you, one that is echoed in the wisdom of the cards. It is time to let go, to truly, profoundly let go of what no longer serves you. You may be clinging to a situation, a job, a relationship, a belief system that has not turned out as you hoped. The disappointment is real. The frustration is valid. But the truth that is emerging, reflected by the energy of the reversed sun, is that what didn't happen was not a failure. It was a redirection. You are experiencing a temporary blockage of light, a moment of confusion, precisely because you are being guided away from a path that was not meant for you. There is a grander plan unfolding, and the disillusionment you feel is the necessary shadow that must fall before a much brighter, more authentic light can emerge. This is where the Ace of Swords cuts through the fog. A breakthrough is coming, a sudden surge of mental clarity that will feel like a lightning bolt to the mind. If you have been wrestling with a decision, trapped in the indecisiveness that your sensitive nature can sometimes create, this energy will bring an end to it. Your thoughts will sharpen. The truth will become undeniable. And with that truth comes the courage to speak it, to act on it, to finally cut the cords to what has been holding you back. And this leads us to the most powerful and perhaps most feared energy in your reading the Tower. This is not a gentle suggestion. Cancer. This is a divine intervention. The Tower signals the collapse of an old structure in your life, a belief system, a relationship dynamic, a career path, or even a core part of your identity that you have built for protection is about to be struck down. It will be sudden. It may be shocking. But hear me now. This is not a punishment. It is a rescue. That fortress you built to keep pain out has also kept love, joy, and true connection out. It has become a prison. And the Tower is the force of liberation that is shattering the walls. It is a necessary, radical shakeup that is clearing the ground for something real, something authentic, something far more beautiful to be built in its place. This is especially true for any unresolved situation from the past. The Tower reminds you that what is built on a foundation of fear cannot last. And what is collapsing now is making way for your true growth. In the midst of this radical change, the Queen of Pentacles appears as your anchor. She is the part of you that remains grounded, calm, and practical, even when the world is shaking. She reminds you that you have the inner resources, the strength, and the nurturing spirit to create security and well-being, not from external structures, but from within yourself. Focus on your physical, emotional, and financial well-being. Tend to your own garden while the old towers fall. Your feet are on the ground, and that is all the stability you truly need. Because what follows the collapse is swift and powerful. The Eight of Wands signals a future full of action, momentum, and speed. Once the blockage of the Tower is cleared, everything will begin to move forward with breathtaking quickness. News you've been waiting for, decisions that were stalled, breakthroughs that seemed impossible, they will all arrive. Prepare to move, to act, to flow with this new, unimpeded energy. And where is this energy leading you? To the Two of Cups, to a deep, soulful connection. This card speaks of reconciliation, of reunion, of a profound bond between two people. For many of you, this points directly to the healing of a relationship that was broken or strained. It could be with a partner, a friend, or a family member. It could even be a reunion with a part of yourself you had to leave behind. Trust in this bond. It holds the potential for immense emotional fulfillment and healing. It is the promise of what can be built on the cleared ground once the tower has fallen. Let us speak of how to care for yourself through this. Your health requires rest, not just sleep, but deep, soulful rest. A walk by the sea, a moment in a forest, even just gazing at the stars from your window. These are not frivolous acts. They are essential practices for recalibrating your sensitive energy system. You must also care for your physical vessel. Stretch. Pay attention to your posture. The tension you hold in your shoulders is the weight of the armor you've been carrying. Release it. If you are looking for work, anything that involves order, protocol, and sincere dedication will suit you. You are not someone who cuts corners. Your integrity is your greatest professional asset. Do not let anyone make you feel that your realism is harshness. It is authenticity. But practice delicacy. You can speak the truth with compassion. In your finances, the tower's energy brings a sudden shift. It might feel like instability at first, but it is opening new pathways. Be flexible. The Queen of Pentacles reminds you that you have the ability to nurture your resources and grow them. After the initial shakeup, the Eight of Wands suggests that financial news and opportunities will move quickly. Trust your intuition. A breakthrough is coming that will empower you to build a truly stable future. If you are in a relationship, open your heart. Your partner is waiting for more of you, not more words, but more of your true self. It's in the small things, a thoughtful meal, a note left on the mirror, a shared moment of vulnerability. How long has it been since you truly let them in, past the gates of your fortress? And if you are single, the time for hiding is over. That mixture of shyness and fierce self-protection has served its purpose. It is time to dare, to step across the threshold of your comfort zone and enjoy the beautiful, messy, wonderful experience of life and connection, whether in person or online. Opening yourself to new people will bring you a profound sense of inner peace, because you will finally be living in alignment with your soul's desire for connection. Family dynamics are also under the tower's influence. A moment of truth is coming that will change how you all interact. It may be uncomfortable, but it will lead to a deeper understanding. You may be called to be the nurturing presence of the Queen of Pentacles, offering comfort and stability. And with the Ace of Swords, open and honest communication will be the key that unlocks healing for your entire family system. So, what is the final truth? The ultimate revelation that remains when all the dust from the tower settles. It is this: you have spent your entire life believing your worth was tied to your stability, to your shell, to your ability to withstand any storm without showing a single crack. You believed you had to be invulnerable to be respected, that you had to hide your feelings to be loved. But today, after everything you have endured, you finally understand. You are enough. Not because of what you do, not because of how much you can carry, not because of the fortress you built. You are enough simply because you exist, because you feel, because you are alive. And that, dear Cancer, is the only truth that can ever set you free. Something has shifted within you that is irreversible. You are no longer the person who places their own needs last. You are no longer the person who silences their own soul to keep the peace. For the first time in a long time, you are choosing yourself. And this is the highest act of love. From this place, a new life begins. A life where you say no without guilt and yes without fear. A life where you stop pleading for entry into spaces that do not welcome the fullness of who you are. You will look in the mirror and see the one who broke and rose again. The one who dared to feel in a world that often praises numbness. You have done the hardest work. You have faced the storm within. You have allowed the tower to fall. You have become real. And from this sacred, authentic ground, everything, absolutely everything, begins to blossom. This was your reading. Thank you for being here, for sharing this space with me. If this message resonated with the deep sea of your soul, show your support with a like, subscribe for more guidance, and activate the notifications so you never miss the journey. May you walk forward from this moment, not in armor, but in authenticity, and may you have a day filled with the peace you have so profoundly earned. A heartfelt blessing to you all.